Jevy, coming up on the 100K footy show, as always, we try and turn $10 into 100K betting on the footy in round 6.
We gave Das a spell as he used the F word last week, and he's getting in the
And you gave us the top 21 players. It was Pyramid Week. I couldn't believe who was on top. Well, I could.
Changes everywhere on the pyramid.
Awesome.
You would not believe who's on top. It is my best pyramid yet.
Just the two-pronger this week. No Das, but we still have a bloody good crack. Come on, the fucking...
The boys.
Welcome back to the show that still thinks Wayne Carey dropped Voltaren from his pocket at Crown Casino. Welcome back to the show that could bowl 150 clicks an hour if you combined our speeds. Welcome back to the show that gave Das a 3-week suspension after he called Jev the F word last week. Welcome back to the show that flies at the same footy as Aaron Norton and Jamara Ugle-Hagan. Welcome back to the show that thinks the zinger is a well-balanced meal. Welcome back to the show that has a crack every week at turning $10 into 100K. Jev, I'm Andy G. You're James Matheson. Welcome.
Oh, what an introduction, Morgs. We're getting old, Morgs.
We are.
We're getting old. I found a grey pube the other day.
Oh, no.
It was in my zinger, but nonetheless, I found it. Oh, no Das this week.
Awesome.
He's on night shift.
Yeah.
We're shattered. We're missing him.
He's like Zoolander in the mines. We'll crowbar that in, but we are shattered. No Das. He's on night shift. We thought about what we're going to do, and we'll just do a two-pronger, Jev.
Just the two-man attack.
So I haven't had a two-pronger for a while. So anyway, round 5 last week, it has to be said, Jev, 16 to 25 at 64%. So we're 5 off dinner for 2. As Doe would say, we'd go through our good legs and our stiff legs. Your stiff legs.
I had a shocker.
Oh, really?
But let me set the scene for everyone.
Yeah, please.
So we get home at 10 p.m. Monday night from Gather Round. I go to work Tuesday. I'm hurting. You two have the day off. So I'm driving back from work to come do the pod Tuesday night. I go, I don't have any legs for Carlton Adelaide, boys. I got nothing for Carlton Adelaide. Can you guys sort me for Carlton Adelaide? I trust you guys. So the two Carlton supporters dish me Carlton to win. And I come on the pod with a brave face and try and sell that I think Carlton are going to win the game. And of course they lose. They just, they are so lucky they didn't cost us $100,000, the Blues, those weak pricks. Other bad legs. I had an absolute shocker, to be honest.
That's fair.
Tom Green, 25. He only had 24. Come on, Tom. I need you on Brownlow watch. I need to get some Brownlow votes. Jack Ginnivan, 2. He only kicked 1. Darcy Byrne-Jones, anytime. He's been hot.
Yeah, that's
didn't kick
just
1.
stiff. Yep.
And Connor Rosie, anytime. He didn't kick 1 either.
Yeah, low-scoring game.
You don't bet goal scorers against Freo.
100%.
There's a new rule. No goals. They only concede about 60 points. It's hard to kick goals against them. So you're bad legs.
We'll talk more about the Freo as well. We're learning a lot. We spoke about what we learnt from Norwood, Jev. About Vlosten. It's a stew box. We're learning about Freo. So by the end of this thing, we're so close to cracking this thing open. So I had Stephen Caniglia over 25. He had 20, came off with the knee. So
stiff.
Honestly, all I am is just happy that he's not injured.
Yes,
or
correct.
injured for the long term. So that's fine. It's a bit stiff. Horn Francis, 25. Did I get sucked into the bit of the hype?
Yes.
Yeah, so he had 18. I reckon that's a bit free.
He's a 20 disposal player.
I think it's still a little bit stiff though because they played Freo. So now that I know I wouldn't have that again, and then Grind Myers anytime. So I just can't get it right with him. I've had 15 plus and he doesn't have that, he kicks a snag. Yeah. And then I go vice versa. He's still a gun.
He's a gun. He's so hard to get a read on.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think he's in the multi this week, but that's stiff. He's just a jet. Yeah. Your good legs.
Cheerios Cadman for a snag.
Yep.
Noah Anderson for 25. Yep. Jeremy Cameron for 3. Kicks 6. And Shy Bolton for 2. He's a good player.
Yeah, very good player.
Your good legs.
Yeah, Cripper anytime. Fock, as I said, father of Coda.
Good stuff.
Ben King, Dizzy Gillespie, kick 4 the boy. Had him for 2 and kicked the 4, so that hits twice. Brad Close, very close to professional forward, as I've spoken. If he's not already, he kicked 4 up to Smalls. We're celebrating the Smalls at the moment. And Liam Baker, it's just death taxes at the moment. So we ended up going, because we had the void for Tim Taranto, a lot of people messaged us in, so we ended up going Dusty Snag, which Das got. But Liam Baker, 20 and 1 is insane at the moment.
And you've got Darce's good legs, bad legs there.
So I'll give you his stiff legs because he only had 1. Butters 25, he had 23.
Jeez, that's stiff.
Unbelievable.
So
week
what did he hit?
So he had Hogan 2, Charlie 2, Took 25, Georgiadis 1, Hawkins 3 plus was a void. He started counting voids, this bloke, but that's fair enough. Harley Reid 15, Timmy Taranto he put in his void, and then Dusty anytime. Still a good week. So
great week.
Half and half, and a couple of voids.
With a couple of voids. And he's
so that's fair enough. But he's in good form, the boy. He's talking today about his form. We are going to do a bit of a wrap up maybe after round 8 or so. We'll have a look at how we're going because I started very poorly but I'm fighting back and Das is very happy with his work. So I'm not sure how you're travelling at the moment.
50-50.
Not too bad. Jev, it's my favourite time of the month. So a group of grizzled, smart football analysts met in the darkest corner possible of the rising sun last night with trench coats on, cigars in hand, a couple bowls of wedges and a pint of Coke and rum to delve into the rich tapestry that is the AFL player pyramid, Jev. Your 21 best players in the AFL right now, not last week, not last month, not in 4 weeks' time. Who comes in and who goes out?
Brilliant introduction.
Welcome.
Dogs. It's my pyramid.
I'm excited.
We love pyramid week, so let's get into it.
Please.
Out. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
Nasai, Wangani, Malira.
Yep.
That was a fun 15-minute Saints fan, wasn't it? You got your little guy in. It was good fun. See you later. Out, Clayton Oliver.
Yeah, stiff.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we have sources telling us that he has a broken hand, broken rib, and a broken foot.
Yep.
And unfortunately, what he's putting on the park is just showing that he's not a pyramid player. I love you, Clary.
Yep,
Stiff.
Yep.
Shy Bolton. Been in unbelievable form for a bad side, kicking goals, score involvements, damaging disposals. He's so stiff. There's not 22 people in the pyramid. I don't know if I'll regret not putting him in, but Shy Bolton stiff. Max Gawn. Isn't Max Gawn just doing what Max Gawn does? Just dominating game. He's coming third in the coaches' votes.
Yep.
He plays well every week. Harry Mackay. Whatever I think of Harry Mackay, and if you want my real thoughts of Harry Mackay, go listen to the Sunday Rose. But he's had a very good year. He's a good player. Just his last 2 weeks haven't been elite enough to crack into that pyramid.
Yep.
Jack Steele, Rowan Marshall, the two Saints boys are in good form. Couldn't find a spot for him.
21.
Isaac Rankin, he's on watch.
Yes.
He's on watch,
Coming.
Isaac Rankin. He's coming.
Yep.
And I want to give some love to Jeremy McGovern, Elliot Yo. They've both been awesome. No spot for them, but they've been awesome. So bottom row, starting at the bottom row,
Give it to me.
Nick Dacos, Pat Cripps, Toby Green, Matt Rao, Chad Warner, and welcome Lockie Whitfield to the pyramid.
Yeah,
averaging
well deserved.
32 disposals and 500 metres gained for a side that's 5-0. He's red hot. Toby Green will always be in my pyramid out of respect. We saw him kick 5 in person. He's still that guy. He just doesn't need to do as much right now, so he's not that top of top pyramid, but he's on fire. If any pie supporter cracks it at Dacos being this low, I'll flip my shit. He's been half the player he was last year, and it's pretty evident. You can't clearly say he's having a better season than Pat Cripps, Matt Rao, and Chad Warner, who all have more wins than him.
Yep,
So that's my bottom row.
I love it.
Next row,
Please.
Caleb Sarong, Noah Anderson, Lockie Neal, Sam Taylor, Zach Merritt. Sarong and Anderson are just stars, and they're in great form. They've had some big games this year, some real big games. Sarong had the 46, Anderson had 36 on the weekend. He's had a couple of 35 games. He's kicked some goals. He's in form. Welcome back, Lockie Neal. His last 3 weeks have been an absolute pleasure to watch, and they've just been midfield dominance. He's just a professional clearance midfielder.
Love it.
Sam Taylor, I'm flat about Sam Taylor, Lou. You wouldn't believe how high Sam Taylor was going to be on this pyramid.
Wow.
That's how high I think of him, but he missed the whole game on the weekend. He's probably going to miss the next 2 because they played 2 games in 12 days. So
Okay.
he's going to be stiff because the next pyramid he wouldn't have played at all. So
Would've loved
Sam
to
Taylor
have seen
stiff. And Zach Merritt has taken his game to a whole nother level. He's a star. He's leading the Bombers very nicely.
Yep.
Next, probably my favourite row, Errol Goulden, Zach Butters, Connor Rosie, and Tom Stewart.
Yep.
I actually can't believe how good Tom Stewart is at football.
It's unbelievable.
If you don't tag him or put work into him, he just runs the game. He's such a star, and he should nearly be higher. Like, that's how good he's going. Should nearly be higher. Pick your poison, Port fans. Who's better? Zach Butters, Connor Rosie. Both in unbelievable form. Both complement each other so much and each other's game so much. They are both so good at football. And Errol. Oh, Errol. Oh, boy, he's just starting to get his season going nicely. Wow, he can play football. His work rate and foot skills give me a boner. I wish Das was on the show so I could get the stock market on Errol right now, because I reckon it's time to buy Errol Brownlow stock.
Yep.
I reckon he's about to get hot. Next, Tom Green, Marcus Bontempelli, Charlie Curnow. The motherfucking Brownlow medalist Tom Green has let me down the last couple of weeks. He's only had 24 and 23 since I put him top of the pyramid. And he's been 2 X's in the 100K the last 2 weeks. That has to mean something. I can't ignore that. I can't ignore that. Luke Beveridge and the Dogs have already cost him 2 Brownlows. Is it happening again? He's in unbelievable form, but the Dogs are ass crack.
Yep.
I think this is the lowest Bond's ever been, but the Dogs are 2-3, and unless he plays like Superman, they don't win.
Yep.
It's just fucked. And how good at football is Charlie Curnow? God, he's a gun. And he just leaves his stamp on games. He single-handedly won the game against the Dockers a couple of weeks ago. We were there, gather around, and he tried his best to do it again on the weekend against the Crows. It's good to see him back to his best.
Sure.
He's right up there. Next, Christian Petrarca, Jeremy Cameron.
Awesome.
Petrarca's just Petrarca.
Awesome.
This spot was either for Petrarca or Bont. Petrarca's team has a better record. He's coming second in the coaches' votes, and he had a quieter game last week and a bye this week, but he's just a star. He deserves to be there. And then what about Jeremy Cameron's form? He had 21 touches and 6 goals on the weekend, 27 touches, 2 goals for the week before, flying in the coaches' votes. He just does it differently. He's untaggable. He just tortures you by being a fucking fantastic footballer. And finally, the best player in the comp, we can't deny it anymore, Isaac Heaney. There isn't one metric to say he isn't the best player in the comp. Listen to this, Lou.
Please.
Round 0, win, 26 touches, a goal, 3 Brownlow votes, 9 coaches votes. Champion Data's highest rated player of the whole round, 29.1 rating. Round 1, win, 29 touches, 2 goals, 10 coaches votes, 3 Brownlow votes. Champions Data's highest rated player of the round, 26.0 rating. Round 2, win, 32 touches, 1 goal, 9 coaches votes, 3 Brownlow votes, 11th highest rated player of the round, coaches votes. This is every player in the league. He's gone 1-1-11 with a 22 rating. Round 3, lost to Richmond, 27 touches, 2 goals, 4 coaches votes. Round 4, win, 26 touches, 2 goals, 9 coaches votes, 3 Brownlow votes. Champion Data's highest rated player of the round, 29.3. Out of 5 games, he's gone 3 times highest rated player of the round. Daniel Oyen at Champion Data said he's had the greatest start to the season ever been recorded. He's either on 12 or 13 Brownlow votes. He's the outright Brownlow favourite. Men and women lie, numbers don't. Isaac Heaney is the best player in the AFL right now.
Fucking awesome.
And that is this week's edition of The Pyramid.
Well done, Jeff. Can I just have a look here? So I had a couple. This is what I was wanting to chat about. So yeah, I want to give a massive shout out to Zach Merritt. I reckon Bombers fans will be relieved, but I love that. That's the honesty from you. He has been awesome.
He's fucking fantastic.
Lifted the standards and probably just flown under the radar. You don't hear much about him, but he's playing so well.
And even when the Bombers lay one of those shitty eggs they lay, he still has like 37. He's like, he's bringing his part to the party. Like, can you come with me, fellas?
And Bont is the other one. Like, what did he get held to? Sam Durham got a hold of him, but only because he probably didn't have the help.
Yeah.
Like, can we just
get the Bombers went out and tagged Bont and Libba, which is like pretty crazy. Well, they had bodies on him and they kept them both quiet and beat him. So is that a bit of a blueprint? You stop those two and the rest of the Dogs are a bit flaky.
Can we please get the Bont some help?
Oh,
please.
He should be winning his 3rd Brownlow medal this year.
That's awesome.
He's in the best form. But
for my personal favourite, obviously Heaney at the top, and you've been on him for about 3 years, but Jeremy Cameron, you've been wanting to put him. Has he ever been this high?
I think I remember I had him right at the top last year when he was kicking 7 and having like 30. But it's good to have him this high again.
His best is better than anyone.
He's like, he's so good. He's so good.
Fucking awesome.
Do you reckon people will like Nick Dacos being on the bottom row?
Well, I don't think they can argue with it. So that's
is Shai Bolton in better form than Nick Dacos this year? They've both won 2 games of the season. I think the Tigers.
I'm being a bit weak. I'm sitting on the fence. You could argue both ways. I think Shai Bolton is a bit more flashy.
Yeah.
I know Nick Dacos is flashy. Don't get me wrong.
A bit more meat and veg, you reckon?
Yeah, just a little bit more meat and veg.
No, he kept his spot, but like I reckon there's nearly 21 players better than him. He's very lucky to be there. So I want to see him lift.
I tell you what, I would love to see as well the next 20.
Yeah. I'd love to do it one day, but it would take a long time. Get it all the way to 50. It would be crazy. But last year, it's Nick Dacos plays Port Adelaide this week.
Yep.
Last year at the MCG, he had 37-2, and that's when he got shot right up the pyramid. So if he gets back into that form, he can shoot back up the pyramid. But we haven't seen it this year. I just don't think he's been that great.
And the pyramid rewards winning.
Yeah, it does.
So you have to reward winning. I fucking love that. Have you got anything more for us?
Are we about to get in the multi?
Well, I'd love to start if you're happy to.
Morgs, is this one of the best rounds of footy ever?
Well, it might be.
You've got the Saints and Dogs started off.
Like
2 teams around about each other, basically.
This is good.
Then you got the Crows and Bombers. 2 teams about the same about each other. Then the 4-1 Port Adelaide Power as underdogs at the MCG against the 2 and 3 Pies.
That's a fucking great call.
2 heavyweights in GWS and Carlton, where 5-0 Giants are underdogs at Etihad Marvel Stadium.
Yep.
The 5-0 Geelong Cats as underdogs at the Gabba against the Lions at 2 and 3. Harley Reid's first derby against the Dockers. A couple of big dogs at the SCG versus Gold Coast with the Brownlow medalist Isaac Heaney playing in that game.
Hello.
And then the Pick 1 Wizard Cup, North Melbourne versus Hawthorn, where one team gets their first win of the year. This is a hell of a schedule this week.
I tell you what, I would love to have, we should find out later on, $1 on the underdogs multi. Last 100%. Week, the underdogs were cashing, as Das has been saying.
I can do it right. So
you got 210 into $2.
Dogs, the Bombers, into Port, into Giants, into Geelong. So the top 3 of the ladder are all roughies.
A West Coaster sniff?
Oh,
nah, leave them out.
Leave them.
Gold Coast, nah. And then
we'll give West Coast their points, plus 33.5. Gold Coast their points.
Yep.
And then we'll take North and their points.
And the Bombers and their points, 13.5.
I just took them to win.
Oh, that'll work.
We'll take their points.
What's that paid? This underdog multi. Like, you don't get this anywhere else. You really don't.
281 to 1.
Oh, see,
Dogs, Port,
awesome.
GWS, Geelong.
The underdogs.
West Coast line, Gold Coast line, North line, Essendon line.
That's as good as any multi you'll see.
A couple of bucks on that.
On the stroke of that, let's get into this multi because it's a fucking cracker, Jev.
Let's go.
It is tough with only 2 blokes. It's hard with 3, but Darcy's got a lot of influence on this, as he does, because he's in good form, the boy. So we take his form. Jev, Collingwood, Port Adelaide is the first one. MCG, Saturday Arvo, who do you like?
Give me Bobby Hill anytime at $1.29. It's the first game of the 100K. We just want to get away with a green tick. We just need green tick. And Bobby Dazzler rocks up to the G with 1 goal to his name.
Yeah, he's there.
Always does. 2, 1, 4, 1, 3, his last 5 at the G.
Yep.
Kicked a goal in both games against Port last year.
Yep.
We just need green ticks. Bobby Dazzler gets it done early, Lou.
I love it. It should be said as well, sometimes we get some shit for going skinny early, but when you're trying to turn a crisp $10 note into 100K, all we want is a chance for that 440 Bachelors game to be alive. So you can't blame us. I've gone that for this reason. $1.28, Todd Marshall anytime. Dar spoke to him about 3 weeks ago, the boy from Deniliquin. He said we need him to pull his socks up, and he has, Jev. He's kicked 7 his last 4 games, kicked 1 in each of them too. So who plays on Big Todd Marshall? That's my question.
Yeah.
For Collingwood, who's going to play on him?
They're going to rock up with Georgiadis, Big Charlie Dixon, and Todd Marshall. One of them's going to get off the chain.
One of them. And
Darcy Moore plays on one. Big Billy Framzilla plays on the other.
Yeah, well,
and then one of them's getting off the chain.
So I'm betting on Framzilla. Darcy Byrne-Jones is so due as well. He didn't kick one last week, and he's in such form. So just Toddy Marshall. So we got the 2 forwards, the big and the small.
Low key, we're pretty shattered this game's the first game Saturday. Love to have Dacos, love to have a bit of Butters, bit of Rosie, bit of Horn.
It's a Sunday roast, a bit of meat, the spa, the gravy.
God.
So just the 2. Into the next game. This is the game. So this is the game at the Igloo, Jev. It's a bloody cold in this joint. They don't sell stubby holders at Marvel, Jev. The whole fucking joints are just one big stubby holder. Carlton versus GWS, 4:35. We will be there, Jev. What do you like?
We will be there. Nothing for me, but I'm reading Darce's notes. So Darce absolutely loves Sammy Walsh for 25 at $1.18. These are Darce's notes, not mine.
Yep.
Walshy boy! Special team, special players, special players. That's what Darce wrote. So I can only go off Darce's notes. So we've got Sam Walsh for 25 touches. Morgs, what do you got?
In fairness, it sounds like Darce. Give me Charlie Curnow. You spoke about him on level 3 of the pyramid, back. Just for 2 at $1.17. We just, as I said, it's an early game, but still, this is such cash. This man can't be stopped. He's been held for 2 or 3 quarters at a time. So like at Freo, I thought he played unbelievable against Freo. You could say he was down, but he got played on very well as well, and then just took it by fucking its throat in the 4th quarter. Tried to do the same last week. You can't do it 2 weeks in a row, but I don't reckon he's at his best form yet. I honestly don't. So listen to this.
There's a bag of 10 coming.
It is fucking coming. For a man that hasn't hit his straps yet, listen to his last 5. 4, 3, 4, 2, 4. So he's second in the column behind our man Jesse Hogan, who he thinks a great bet. But as I said, for a man that hasn't hit his peak yet, to be on that, $1.17 just for 2. No Sam Taylor as well. So love your EA, but not you. The fact that he's not playing, who's going to, Himmelberg probably goes to him?
Yeah, or Buckley or something.
So that's, I hope Buckley goes to him. But just the 2 legs. Moving on, Jeff. Brisbane Lions, Geelong Cats at the Gabba. Jeff, who do you like?
Give me Jeremy Cameron for 2 at $1.53. I know it's Tuesday, but at $1.53, this bloke's fucked. He's as good of a footballer I've ever seen.
Yeah,
when it's just pure footballer at everything that comes with footy, the ballologist, the inside 50, the outside 50, just the tank, the goal kicking, the nous, just everything about him. He is a fuck. 6, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 to start the year.
Fucking
They're 5
awesome.
and zip.
Yep.
He's kicked 2 in area. He's rolling. The Cats are rolling.
Yep.
You.
Wouldn't you love to be a Cat supporter just quietly? Give me Brad Close anytime, $1.56, Jeff. This price, Jeff, is actually fucked. He's hotter than Rita Ora at the moment. Have a listen to his last 5. He's kicked a goal in his last 6. Not to mention he kicked a lazy 4 against North last week. Again, representing the smalls. We were all over that.
Oh, yeah.
You would have seen Darce's reel on Sunday. We're just eating up the smalls. Just the time of the small 4 at the moment. So $1.56, as Big Kev would say, I'm excited. You got any other legs?
Yeah, Cam Rayner, 15 touches at $1.20.
Yes,
he got 10 perfect coach votes on the weekend, being a permanent centre bounce midfielder. Kingy always says it. He says it all the time. Get your damaging players where the ball is.
Yep,
if the ball's going to be at the centre bounce, get your tackle breakers, get your leg drivers, get Cam Rayner at the centre bounce, get him around the ball. So he's confident. He played his best game of his career last week against the D's. Yep. He's getting 15 touches at the Gabba. $1.20 is golden. Cam Rayner.
How good's leg drivers too? Big
love
final.
it.
Tom Stewart, 20, Jeff, $1.21. My captain of the All 100K team. He would be my captain.
Oh, he's a star.
I would have him in. I asked a little bit much of him. I had him for 25 on not Queen's birthday, Easter Monday. Yep. Didn't hit, so I gave him a week off. But really, why did I give him the week off? I asked him for 25. So he's 100% of his last 5 when he's for 20. He's had 25 the last time they played the Lions, and it was up there.
Yeah.
So the form is all there. These are the legs I tell my wife about on Sunday morning, Jeff. When I recap how my weekend was, it's Tom Stewart for 20 at $1.21. Anything else?
As I said, if you don't put time and work into Tom Stewart, he just runs the game. He just tortures. He's such a fucking gun.
It's no coincidence too that there's a lot of pyramid players in this multi, Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good pyramid. West Coast Freo, the derby. It's at Optus Stadium, believe it or not. It's Saturday night. Who do you like?
Caleb Sarong, 25 touches at $1.17. Pyramid player. Hasn't gone under this year. Brownlow watch. Gun. Might want to teach Harley Reid a lesson or two. Like, maybe he's a bit jealous that there's a new big dog in town when he would like to think he's the best player in the state. He probably does. He probably trains like he is. So give me Caleb Sarong. He's a bloody good footballer. 25 touches. He'll get it done. I think he's won about 11 derby medals in 3 outings or something. So he gets it done.
It's a big final. This might be my favourite leg of the whole year. And I've used that card. I've used that bingo sheet up already. But, Jeff, it's going to be 30 and sunny in Perth. It's going to be drier than Ross Noble out there. Honestly, it's going to be great conditions. But this is the Moneyball leg. Under 178.5 at $1.30.
178.5.
We have not had an under-over in the multi all year, and it's about time we do. So have a listen to this. Hasn't gone over Freo game. We've spoken about the Freo game, the type of footy they play. It's low scoring. You don't back disposals too high in a Freo game. So round 1, 163 under against Brisbane. Round 2, 178 under by half, but still under against North. Round 3, 103 under.
That's well under.
Against Adelaide. At reach around, 136 against Carlton.
Well under.
And then round 5, 129 against Port.
Well under.
Port, good midfield, good forward line,
attacking
and reduced them to
team.
129. So I can't see West Coast kicking a score that's going to get over 178.5, and I got given $1.30.
I can't see this game being 100 to 79.
Shit, no.
I can't see Freo kicking 100 points, especially with the form McGovern and Barassa are in.
That's right. That's probably one of their only strengths.
Yeah.
Is Barassa.
And then
how big's Barassa?
I don't think the Dockers are kicking 79 points again. So
Neither do I. They don't play footy well enough.
What a leg.
No, that is awesome.
Give me Elliot Yeo for 20 at $1.18. $1.18 is seriously good value for a man in as good as form as Yeo is. 27, 28, 29, and 27. He's opening 4 games.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's over 25.
Yeah, definitely.
We could take him for 25. So he's borderline All-Australian form, the boy.
Yeah, definitely.
He's on
44
fire.
for sure.
Have you got any more legs?
No.
What about Mud Flat Waterman last week?
In the multi?
He's not in the multi. But
I tell you what, last week he was golden, and it makes us bring up Gold Rush. The best sport in, the most, what do I say? The most lucrative segment in all of sports, Jeff. The bets we weren't on but wish we were. So let's get cooking here. This is actually a fucking great one. We missed it last week. So for 20 disposals, our man Eddie Lamb Chops Ford. 20 disposals, you could have got $14. Alex Pearce, in good form, the boy. $10 for 20. Moving on to 25. Cam Raider hit back $14 for 25.
That's nice.
Kane Farrell for 10. Had $10 for 26 touches. And then Harley Reid had 27, $8.50.
God, that's nice.
Moving on to 30 disposals. Bradley Hill. Has he been changed from Brad to Bradley for sure?
Maybe.
seeing it everywhere. 33, 750 of points.
Nice.
Bet. Noah Anderson, 36 disposals. He had for 35, could have got 7.
He was
and then
awesome.
Harry Sheasel, I don't get this. 38 disposals, only $3.10.
Yeah, he gets
I know
it
he's a
every
ball
week. He's
getter, but
leading the
Jesus Christ.
disposals.
All right, over in goals. 1 goal. Jakey Lever for 1 was $8, and then Harry
Jakey
Sheasel.
Lever kick one?
Yeah, he did. I didn't see it. 1 goal for Harry Sheasel, $6.
Wow.
Elliot Yeo for 2 goals. So moving on to 2 goals. Elliot Yeo kicked 2 at $17. That's an
delicious.
awesome bet. Finn McGuinness, he kicked 3 for 2 good, got 15. And then Blake Jamie Jury, backyard blitz, my boy. Sports bet, $14 you could have got for 2 goals. On to 3. Finn McGuinness, as I said, $26 for
26.
3. Eddie Lamb chops for
Oh,
Jeff.
he was fucking awesome.
$17. Did you see
The chops.
Das had him for 1 in 15 club
Yeah.
or whatever. Awesome bet. But
Das
$17
cashed
for
in.
3. For 4 goals, Brad Close, the professional forward, it's $19 he paid on Sportsbet for 4. The mud flap, Jake Waterman, you could have got $13 for him to kick 4, but it gets better, Jeff. 6 goals. Jeremy Cameron was $9.50 at Sportsbet.
Oh.
Like $9.50 is pretty low
That's
for 6.
short for
I know,
6.
but that shows how good
He
he
was
is.
3-1 for 5.
But Mudflap Waterman, Jeff, 101 to 1. You've seen it on our
how
Instagram.
good would that
is
be?
what we tell our wives about on Sunday morning, Jeff. That is Gold Rush, the best segment in sports, the most lucrative segment in sports, the best we weren't on, but wish we were. Of what I would have
We
done
will be on this week.
to have 10 on Jake Waterman for 6. Awesome.
Fucking awesome.
That's fucking
What a
Gold Rush.
segment.
Moving on. Sunday, Sydney Swans, Gold Coast at the SCG, Jeff.
God, I'm excited about this game. It's
great.
good to have the
This is a
Swans.
great
It's good to have
game,
the
I reckon.
Swans back on
Big
TV.
final.
Kingy's so bush on the Gold Coast. We may or may not have got a follow during the week from Jed Walter and Ethan Reid. So,
Haven't we told blokes about it?
but I can't believe how much I love Jed Walter.
Oh.
He is an impressive 18-year-old.
glutes.
Like, he's fucking huge.
awesome.
And then Ethan Reid's a bit of a unicorn, so we'll be getting
Yeah.
around them. But you're coming up against the Swans this week, boys.
Bad luck.
It's a different kettle of fish. So give me the top of the pyramid, best player in the comp, Isaac Heaney for 25 at $1.50. 100% on the season. Statmate are telling me this should be $1.01 and I'm getting $1.50.
$1.
He's on fire.
Yeah, it's good.
He'll go head to head with. Last time we played Gold Coast, 2 tried to tag Errol and it got broken because we were touching him up. And when we watched Tom Green versus Gold Coast, him and Matt Rao just went fucking head to head.
Yep.
So maybe he'll stand next to Matt Rao or maybe they'll let him run around. Who knows? But he is on fire.
Oh, God, it's good to bet on the top player in the pyramid. Jeff, give me Matt Rao, 20. You,
Yes.
basically, the boy with the tangerine rinse, the
Yes.
boy that uses a footy for a pillow and a pillow for a footy. Have a listen to his last 5. 22, 26, 25, 29, 33. I didn't get his contested touches up, but I wish I did because it's about 75% of them at the
Yeah.
moment. He's awesome. So good at footy. I wanted to have him for a snag. You could get $2.30.
Yeah, you
I reckon
love him for a snag.
We left it out, and that's probably fair enough. But if you're having a bit of a Sunday sipper and you don't mind a $2.30 leg, that's got to be your leg for a snag. You like anything else?
He loves grass on his McRib, Matty Rao.
don't
Everyone
we all?
knows
The
it.
McRib stinks.
The McRib's a myth. What animal is the ribs from? I just don't know. Next,
Matt Rao.
Nick Blakey, 20 touches
Yep.
at $1.49. Your All-Australian halfback.
Mine.
Lizard. He is a star.
Yep.
We usually take him 15 at about $1.05, $1.06 just
Yeah,
for
yeah.
green ticks.
Yep.
But he's had over 20 the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
He was in David King's must-tag players.
Was he really?
Like, he tortures you if you don't fucking play him. So give me the Liz. He's on fire. He's such a good footballer. So I'm going to take him for 20 touches at $1.49 at Lou.
That's a great leg. A lot of dope about this leg. Want to give him the credit. Ethan Reid, the unicorn, anytime. $1.50. It's awesome. And a debutant of the 100K. So welcome.
Ethan.
It's great.
We'll send you a DM.
I love debutants. He's 100% this bloke. So he only played 2 games,
Yeah.
but he's 100%. 18-year-old, 202 centimetres, Jeff, Palm Beach, Currumbin. So
Yeah.
we know that's a footy factory up there in Currumbin. Just love the look of this bloke. I'm betting on talent.
Runs like he's got a shed. Like he's always getting around.
I ran like that this morning. $1.50. I just said I'm just betting on talent. I've bet on athleticism with 2 Phones Joel. Now I'm betting on just talent. Really, sign me up. $1.50 for any time.
Beautiful.
You
Give me
must
Logan McDonald for
Yes.
2 goals at $1.60. He's in good form, the boy.
Yeah, he is. It's there.
2 goals, 3, 1, and 4 in his first 4 games to
Yep.
start the year,
That's
or his
good.
last 4 games. Played Gold Coast twice last year, kicked 3 and 2 against him. So the form's there.
Yep.
He's at his best right now. No Buddy Franklin inside. Like, this is his forward line.
it's
He's
awesome.
a workhorse. He gets goals. So give me Logan McDonald for 2. And then Das. Das absolutely loves Errol Goulden for 25 at $1.50. As I said, Das, I wish you're on the show because I want to know Errol Goulden's Brownlow stocks. I want to know because it would have It started about 11. I reckon he would have gone out to 20s. I want to know what he's at now because I reckon it's time to buy.
And do you remember last year he came into $5?
$5.
We were all scrambling to
Yeah.
It's going to come in. For
So
sure.
Das and the rest of Australia realise he's fucking back. He's him. new deal during the week or last week. He's been off a bye. He's getting 25. It's one of the hardest running players. I watched him live at Gather Round. The way he runs around the field is so impressive. So, over 25. Good leg, Das.
Yeah, well done, Das. I want to just quickly note on that a lot of people sort of come to us for betting advice, and often it's a bad move because it's a betting show, and like the Honest Beers boys, we love those boys. We went on a live show and we went up there as betting analysts. Like we couldn't hit the side of a barn door, but this is probably the reason why, Jeb. I'm betting on pure glute size here.
Yeah, here we go.
Jed Walter, anytime $1.31. Just on the size of his glutes. How's the size of this lad? We talk about how big Tom Hawkins is. This bloke makes Yao Ming look like Muggsy Bogues. That's how big this bloke just towers over blokes. Kicked 2 last week, 1 the week before. He's my tip for the 2028 Coleman and Norm.
Yeah,
but
and
Brownlow. But I'm just asking for one. Your take on the Sunday roast was awesome. If you bet on him for Coleman, Norm Smith, $10 on each for the next 5 years, you'll profit.
Yeah.
Let's try it out.
From next year onwards, I'm taking him. Brownlow, Coleman, and if you can get an early Norm Smith mark, I'm taking him, and we will profit by the end of his career.
And world's strongest man.
Oh, he's fucked.
God, you got anything else?
Nah, nothing for me.
Really? Give me Ben King, old Dizzy Gillespie.
Yeah, here we go.
He'll be slapping the room, the boy. $1.43. Last 3 games, he's kicked 9 goals, gone 2, 3, 4, just a spearhead, and that's all there really is to it. Jev, he kicked 2 last time, 2 and 3 the last 2 times he played the Swans. Played them both away from home. Don't know how you work that out, but old Sunday, it's a Sunday league. Dizzy Gillespie, $2.43. Love it. Smack your broom.
Good, you diz.
Round us out, Jebby. Norm Smith. North Melbourne versus Hawthorn at Marvel in the Igloo, Jeb. It'll be fucking freezing there, so rug up. What do you like?
Morgs, I've got a question for our listeners.
Great.
Who will be coaching longer? Alistair Clarkson or Sam Mitchell?
That's a great question.
So Sam Mitchell is touted as a genius, but Hawthorn look like they're going backwards. Yes, they're young, but let's be honest. Hawks fans were thinking about 8 to 10 wins this year, maybe top 8 next year, 2025, and then it's like prelims and flags 2026 onwards. They look like they've gone backwards about 5 years, and whose fault is it? The rebuild coach never lasts, and if they are bottom 3 this year, does Sam Mitchell start next season on the hot seat? And then Clarko, he feels like he's a bit of Bill Belichick to me. He runs North Melbourne. He's the boss of the building. And he's going to be there for a while these young kids develop, and he's with them to the end. But they are shithouse. Yeah. They are fucking shithouse. When is the end? When do North fans actually think they'll play a final and win finals? Will Clarko be there as the coach on prelim final weekend, or will he be 6 feet under? I'm being serious. Yeah, so the question for our listeners, I'd like people's opinions in the comments definitely. On YouTube or DM us. Who will be coaching longer, Sam Mitchell or Alistair Clarkson?
That's a fucking awesome question.
All right, now the game. I'm going back to the well with Jack Ginnivan for 2 goals at $1.70. I fucking love him. Same. He only kicked 1 last week. He kicked 2 against the Pies. North is shit. North, it's gonna be down there. He's at his best when it's down there. They've got a young, undermanned defense. I'll tell you what, this game, I know usually you think 2 shit teams, but that's when multis cash 2 shit teams because it just goes end to end. There's no structure. They're just kicking snags.
Total match points as we speak.
So I'm going Jack Ginnivan 2 goals. Have you got a leg?
Fucking oath I do. I can't get it up here. Total match points. I'll cut this, but geez, it's important. No, can't get it. No, I agree.
Why you give a leg?
Yeah, please. Give me, Jeff, Paul Curtis to kick a snag at $1.22.
Perfect.
So no one would know about this because I never really announced it publicly, but I was dead wrong about this bloke. I did not know who this guy was. I didn't know he was on a list, and it was just because I didn't know him. This bloke is elusive. He's quicker than my Saturday morning shags, Jeff. He just does not get touched. He's unbelievable. He's become a little live wire, this fella. A little bit like Malcolm Rojas Jr., who's out this week.
We love Rojas.
Very disappointing, but geez, the form's there. 1-1-3-2-2, his last 5. That's awesome form from a bloke that I've written off in previous years, but he's more than back. Watched him against the Cats last week. He kicked 1 goal 3. 1 goal 3, just could kick 4. So you'd have to say North. I think North for a chance this week. I know they're shit, but that's why I like the over. I reckon this could be a high-scoring game of just 2 shit teams.
176.5.
See, that's reasonably high.
Both teams have to kick 90. Oh, 85.
Yeah. See, if you're liking that to the Freo game,
Yeah.
Freo have they have a system. What's North and Hawthorn's
This could
system?
be Hawthorn's week. They kick 120 and everyone thinks they're back.
And they've had their chip around game 3 weeks ago at the
and
G.
North always try and score because they can't defend.
Hammer the over in the old Bachelors game here. But yeah, just one for Paulie Curtis, anytime, $1.22.
Das loves Marbiol Joel, Marbiol Joel, Marshall, whatever my thing called it. 2 phones Joel for 2 goals at $1.49. And you know why Das loves him?
Yeah, sure.
Because he's playing on Aiden Core.
Yes,
and every big forward loves playing on Aiden Core.
Yep.
He gets torched. I feel bad for him. But it's a torching. It's the beheading of Aiden Core every single weekend. Corey. No, I don't like poor bloke, there's no pressure up the field and he just stands on the mark. He's like a scarecrow out there, just stand on the mark. Fuck. Marbiol's just going to be like, here, stand on the mark here and just kick a snag. So Das, good leg. Marbiol Joel, 2 goals, $1.49. Lou.
I hope old Corey doesn't see this.
He won't.
Do you reckon, if you were playing a video game and you had like weaknesses, it would say athletic forward. So we've got the one for you. Give me, welcome to the 1 in 15 club, Jeff. Eddie Lambchop's forward.
I can't believe this.
How do we not bet on
He's
this?
in. Lamb Chops.
Old Chops Houlihan. Do you know his real name is Edward Bertram Ford?
Edward Lemchop
No,
Ford.
Edwin Bertram Ford. You would not fucking read about it, but he's an absolute specimen.
Oh.
He is untapped, this bloke. The E stands for explosive, elusive, and untapped. That's honestly, it is unbelievable. He's strong, he's lean, he's raw. His mutton chops are awesome.
chops.
We were lucky enough to meet him in Adelaide, and how raw was he? Like just the size.
They
of
look
him.
like I need cooking.
Oh, he was awesome. But he had it last week. It was probably the best bet I've ever seen. Das had him for what? 2 goals and 15
He had him
touches.
for 1 and 15,
1 and 15.
2 and 20, and then 3, I think. He had him.
Unbelievable.
Cleaned up
bet.
on Edwin.
If you asked me if Edwin Bertram Ford would be in the 2 and 15 club last week against Geelong, I would have told you to get fucked. But he hit it. $1.30, $2.70 for 15. So that's where you get your value. $2.70, $1.30 just for an any time. This is home.
If this hits, we're eating chops on the show next week.
100%. And calamari.
I'll take James Sicily for 20 at $1.47.
Yeah, okay.
It's a big love-hate relationship with me and James Sicily.
Yep.
'Cause I'm sick of people telling me he should be in the pyramid. He's had his worst start to the season
They've gone quiet.
ever. Yeah, haven't they? Haven't they gone real quiet? But if you want to be the captain, you want to be in the All-Australian, you want to be back to the James Sicily that was in the pyramid last year and was All-Australian, you just get 20 under the lid against North Melbourne on Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
You just get it.
And
it's $1.47, which is last year we took him every week. It was about $1.18 by the end of the year for 20.
Yep.
$1.47 is value.
Yep.
He just gets this. If I come back next week with an X on this leg, I'm coming after him. I'm coming after him and the Hawks. And I would like to do that as well. Fuck the Hawks.
And we can say that as well. It is about the game, not the odds. But if
Yeah.
he doesn't get 20, Jeff, like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Are you trying to win games?
Like, what's the go? I had the Igloo as well.
Have they got buyer's remorse on taking a small forward at pick 5? And they realise they're going to be back in the top 3?
They have to.
Talk about a category 1 instantly correct take from me. Just
jeez.
perfectly nailed.
Hey, that's the multi. It's fucking an awesome multi.
Oh, it's awesome.
So we had $11.45. So a little bit of change just from Nan's draw, but that's okay. Just $1.45. Pays $8,739.37.
Maybe you can go to your local coffee shop and busk for 20 minutes.
Yeah, busk.
Get an extra $5.
Sing the old dog song out the front or something. Footscray. Right, I'll give it to you. Todd Marshall for 1, Bobby Hill for 1. That's all we need. Charlie Curnow for 2, Sam Walsh for 25.
Ticks.
Jeremy Cameron 2, Brad Close 1, Cam Rayner for 15, and Tommy Stewart, the all 100k captain, 20 disposals.
Ticks.
Under 178.5 Freo West Coast. Elliot Yo 20 and Sarong 25. Do we like the underleg?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
All right.
Well, if it costs us $100,000, fuck.
Ethan Reid anytime, the unicorn. Jed, Glutes, Walter, 1. Matt Rao for 20.
Good.
Nick Blakey for 20.
Good.
Isaac Heaney, best player in the comp right now, 25. Errol Goulden, 25. Logan McDonald for 2. And Ben Dizzy Gillespie.
That's
King for
good
2.
betting.
That's actually an awesome same
What is
gamer.
that? That's saying over is 20 to 1. That's
Yeah,
good
that's
stuff.
our little Richmond one hit last week.
Yeah.
For a little 4-bucker. So listen to these same gamers. Eddie Ford, Lamb Chops for 1. Paul Curtis, quicker than my Saturday morning shags, that bloke for 1. Guinea for 2. Eddie 4 for 15. Welcome to the 1 and 15 club. Marbior 2 phones Joel. The athletic forward on Aiden Core for 2. And finally, James Sisley, who has been given the riot act. It has to be said, Jeb. You've delivered the news. So if he doesn't hit 20, I don't know what we'll do to him.
David King says he's been turtle heading contests on the Monday meet. Did you hear that? He goes, I haven't seen this James Sisley. He does the double fist with a little head duck. He's doing turtle heading.
I love that because you could find highlights of Kingy turtling in the AFL. You could find highlights of us turtling in the BAFA. So the fact that we're going to have a crack at him.
Fuck him.
I love it.
So what are you going to do with your 100K this week, Lou?
I will... I don't know what I'd do. Fuck. I actually don't know. I can't even imagine winning this.
We got listeners.
Just take your bets out that you like. So have a 17 leg. We get a lot of messages that say I took the 17 legs. If someone messaged me saying I wasn't sure about the under, so I totally would understand that. But we have to find some magic in the grass.
If you weren't sold on Eddie Lambchop's 40 yet, I could understand. He's a star.
I tell you, you're blind. You got to see the
Paul
talent.
Curtis, this is good legs.
Yeah,
We'll bet smart. We've taken players from each team because there's 2 teams out there.
Yep.
And it's both Swans, Gold Coast, it's both teams. This is good stuff.
Todd Marshall and Bobby Hill just for 1 each.
Yes.
It's fucking awesome.
You're a forward. Just kick one.
Yeah, 100%. I'd love to say Darcy will be back next week, but we're not actually sure.
No, I don't know how
this two-pronger went.
We gave him 3 for calling me the F word.
True.
We gave him the Jeremy Finlayson treatment, so.
This went better than the last two-pronger I had, let me tell you. Jesus Christ. Swans.
The Swans win. Gold Coast are good. By about 10 points.
Yeah. Blues have GWS, which I'm nervous about.
I hope GWS does those.
I'm going to say we win by 7.
7 points. Get it done.
7 points.
How many Charlie Kerner kick without Sam Taylor there?
Charlie kicks 3. Harry kicks 4. Jesse Hogan kicks 3. So he'd be equal at favourite.
Let's have a game with our listeners because it's right on the show. What quarter does the chromosome kick in back?
I can't.
Cut this.
Does Matty always get up this week or is his toe still sore? Does he get up this week?
There's a rumour he went down to the beach, got to the sound, laid out his towel and just dipped his foot in the water. Just one little toe in the water and just stood there and got some sun. Fucking hell, he kicked his toe that bad.
Let us know, is this show any good? Tell us. We need to know now.
We know it's not.
Chili, baby back ribs.